Eagle Tribune Player of the Week, Pat Fryermuth, Brooks' All-American Junior tight end from nearby Merrimack, Massachusetts. Pat, big win last week, 20-0 over Lawrence Academy in a battle of 6-1 teams. Take us through that win.
Throughout the week, Coach Foley was just kind of getting on us how to play hard and do your job and play excited, I guess, and play loose. And we got out there in the game, and I think the key was to stop them on the first drive, and we stopped them on the first drive, and then everything took its place after that.
Interesting week for you, Pat. You're always doing big things, obviously, but 4 catches for 86 yards, 5 rushes for 69 yards for Adrian Peterson Fryermuth. What happened on that one?
Coach said he just wants to get me the ball a couple of different ways, and we saw I do a couple motion and stuff, and we saw that their weakness could be getting to the outside. So I just did a jet sweep and got to the outside and tried to break some tackles and make things happen.
How enjoyable was that when you went 2 years at Brooks and your first carries wearing the green and white?
Yeah, it was fun. It was, took me back to youth football, carrying the ball back then and stuff like that, and it was fun to run the ball, get the hand off.
Were you confident you could be such an effective runner? Obviously you're a big dude, and usually most running backs are 5'11", 175. You're 6'6", 235. Or every time David Willis, my colleague, writes about you, he adds another inch. I think he's got you 7 feet 1 inch, 335 pounds. But were you confident you could run the ball like that?
Yeah. Obviously I try to use my size as to advantage of me, and try to break some tackles and use my physicality to overpower some kids. And so I was confident going into the game.
I get on my man David Willis for the height, but maybe he's not exaggerating. I tower over every guy I've interviewed the last 30 years. How tall are you, big man?
I'm 6'5.5". I like to say 6'6".
Okay, we'll give it to you with the crazy no hawk there. And what are you tipping the scales at?
Right now I'm at 245. So. Yeah.
And are you envious at all, Pat? A guy with your considerable talent, you don't commit early to Penn State when you don't have a lot of God-given gifts. Yeah. Some schools are slinging around 30, 40 times a game. Yeah. Envious of those offenses at all?
Not really. Obviously Penn State's just a fantastic school, and they throw the ball, and they're awesome. That's why I committed there. They're very family atmosphere,
And how did your world change when you make it official and you join in the Penn State Nation with 107,000 fans every week? With social media and all this, what were the changes once you announced you're a Nittany Lion prior to your junior season?
It's just different. It's good to play with the weight off my back. Not trying to impress other schools to get these offers. I'm just trying to play like how I play and try to just impress those coaches. And it's just a whole weight off my back. And it's funny to see all the social media fans from Penn State come out and contact me and that kind of stuff.
Everybody knows your offensive skills with the tight end, unique Gronk-esque talents. I've heard more people, including Coach Foley, say, you better watch him on defense. The guy is, J.J. Watt too on defense again. Do you like the defensive side as much, or are you a little wimpy tight end at heart?
No, whatever position I can play on the field, I'll give it my best effort to. Playing football is obviously it's fun. It's good to have the skill to play, but obviously I know I have to keep working hard, and whatever position I can play on the field, I'll give it my all.
You come from quite the athletic family on the Foley side, including your coach here, who's done wonders here, and your uncle at UMass, and your mom, and et cetera, and your dad, a great hoop player at St. A's, and you, Eagle Tribune super teamer in hoops, so you get the background in both. What sport do you love more? Not what are you better at, what do you love more?
When I was growing up, I used to love the sport that I was playing. Obviously, I love basketball, but I chose to play football in college because it's my passion, and I just love everything about it, and it's just what my love is.
Your brother Tim was a terrific lineman at Pentucket Regional and at Springfield College. Just accepted a really sweet strength and conditioning internship at Clemson University. How aggressively has that Tiger to be recruited his little talented brother?
It's good, I guess. He taught me everything I knew about football. Back in the backyard when we were younger, pushing me down and getting me tougher and stuff like that. So I mean, he's very good older brother as to like teach me what to do and get stronger and stuff like that.
Tim, apparently you did a great job. We're here with Brooks All-American tight end Pat Frymuth, our Player of the Week. Joe Rockwell, the Andover High star senior receiver, one of the Eagle Tribune Players of the Week. Joe, must be a little bit mixed reactions. You played another terrific game, but you guys lost to powerful Everett in the North Finals last week.
Yes, it felt good to play good, but unfortunately our season came to an end and we didn't get the chance to go to the Super Bowl as we hoped. So.
How good is Everett? You've played some tough teams, Central Catholic, BC High, Lexington, St. John's Prep. You guys have played a rugged schedule. Is Everett in a different class than them, or not necessarily?
Absolutely. I compared them to a college football team. I think they're just as good as any D3 college football team you could find. They're very good athletes and a very good football team.
And Everett has plenty of talent, including Jordan McAfee, the QB, heading to UConn on scholarship. Those defensive backs, though, wow. The quickness in the defensive backfield for the Crimson Tide.
Yes, every time I got separation, they came right back within 2-3 seconds. It was just you can't make a big play on them because you catch the ball downfield, they're just going to catch right back up to you real quick.
Well, somebody can make a big play on them. Joe, you had 6 catches for 132 yards in a TD. How do you pull that off against a bunch of probably future college stars out of the Everett High defensive backfield?
Just running hard routes, trying to stem them as best as I can, trying to do my job, knowing that EJ knows exactly what I'm doing and he'll hit me when I'm open.
You mentioned EJ Perry 4. What's it like playing with a quarterback of his caliber?
It's great to have him having the deep threat available because that keeps all the cornerbacks, at least they got to respect the deep threat, and then if they don't, you go right by him and you get a big play.
David Willis did a nice story on you earlier in the year for the Eagle Tribune, and he mentioned that you guys are extremely close, you and young EJ.
Yes, we've been best friends since kindergarten, actually.
Wow. And interesting story on you, Joe. I don't know how many guys in the state or if there's anybody else in the state of Massachusetts who goes from a healthy junior in a pass-happy offense, playing wide receiver, who totaled 1 catch for a total of 12 yards, to an all-scholastic caliber senior year, 51 catches, 872 yards, 12 TDs. How does that happen from healthy junior nobody to senior all-scholastic?
I always felt I was good enough to play varsity, but Andrew Susi, our star receiver last year, was unfortunately ahead of me and in my spot, and so he just never got injured. I played hard through practice, and he just did his job, so I got my chance this year, and I made the best of it.
How do you keep the confidence up? How do you keep the attitude up when you don't play at all as a junior and you think, I can play, guys?
I think it motivated me more for this year because in practice I would always go up against them and I would give them my hardest routes, and they taught me a lot too. They taught me pretty much everything I know for this year, so it was hard, but it motivated me for this year.
So it was all or nothing. Andover's never lacking for talented athletes. I'm sure there's a couple juniors and a couple sophomores who are nipping on your heels, and sometimes you go with the younger kid because they get more long-term liability for the program. How'd you earn that starting berth this year, and what was the mindset to make sure you were going to grab it?
Just working hard all winter and summer. In the off season, working with DJ, throwing passes at the field, going to 7-on-7s in the summer. Just working all year long for this moment, and then making the best of all my opportunities.
It's been an interesting season for Andover. You started off with a really tough loss to BC High, where everybody said, "Wow, that really is an overrated club right there." And then you had some ups and downs during the year. Then you shock unbeaten Lexington in the first round of the playoffs. You knock off in a classic win, perennial power, St. John's Prep in the semis. Summarize the season for Andover High football this year.
It was a season of great ups and downs. We didn't play our best in some of the games that we should have played our best, and we brought our best games in some of the games that we necessarily didn't need to. But when it came down to it in the playoffs, we all knew what we had to do, and everyone focused hard on doing their job. So that's why we were able to get the success in the postseason that we did.
Last year was the debut of the new Turkey Bowl. You played Turkey Town, North Andover, after years and years of Central Catholic, 30 or 40 years of Central Catholic. Game was decided literally by less than a half inch, with you guys stopping their all-scholastic running back on a 2-point conversion in the waning seconds. This year, I think if you win it, you guys are 6-5. The 2 playoff upsets, boy, that was a heck of a year. You lose it, you're 5-6. Is that a good year for Andover football, playoffs notwithstanding?
Record-wise, it wouldn't go down as that great of a year, but what we did in the playoffs, I think, will shine for a while. But this game means a lot to every senior on this field and pretty much everyone on the team. We really want this win coming on Thanksgiving.
How do you make sure that you not only want it, that you get it? They always play Andover tough. You can go back over the years, and a lot of upsets and a lot of near misses for North Andover, and maybe people didn't think they had the team Andover did. How do you make sure this isn't that year where they're talking about the legendary North Andover upset?
It all starts right here at practice. We're just going to keep working like we're still in the playoffs. We're going to keep doing the best that we can, and come Thanksgiving, I think we'll be ready.
Coach Perry had some interesting comments on Joe with his nomination for our Player of the Week honors. He goes, "You look at the numbers, I look at the blocking. He might be one of the state's top blocking wide receivers." What's the mindset to not be a little finesse wimpy receiver and to stick your nose in against some 215-pound linebacker?
I'm a physical kid, but I think the biggest reason is absolutely not getting reamed out in film the next day. But yeah, no, I'm just kidding. You need to block to make the big plays. The running backs aren't going to get a long run if not everyone's blocking. So it really comes down to everybody doing their job, and I bought into it, so I'm going to do my job as best as I can.
Joe's done his job quite well. All-Scholastic candidate Joe Rockwell, Andover High football. Come on,